Ty just gave birth to a xenomorph.
I didn't realize we were live.
We're- yeah.
It's just one of those days
Welcome
for
to the
me.
party, pal.
Well, it's definitely a party when your director can't seem to get their head out of their ass or think of what continuity they're going to go for.
Okay,
Um,
so some context for y'all. We got some thoughts is about alien Earths is,
so
and
the
we
first
were
two
mad
episodes,
holding. You should have seen. Okay, I'm just getting this out of my head one time before we start talking about this. But like we were holding our thoughts in before this podcast started. We were like seeing who was going to join in the whole time. We're just like holding ourselves back. He's playing Fire Emblem. I'm playing Balatro, and we're just like we're mostly silent. We're just like how about that game, bro? You play Balatro? It's like casinos, but you don't die for becoming addicted. You don't go into debt for being addicted. It's and like he's telling me about the voice acting in Fire Emblem, and we don't want to talk about what we really want to talk about because we got to save this energy for the podcast. This is a Cap Gun episode. What you're about to see and hear and feel right here, man. That's what's happening.
yeah. So Alien Earth, we've FX, Hulu, and Disney Plus have dropped the first two episodes, so 2 hour premiere. Which okay, fine, I'm okay with it. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the review before we get into the rants. Um, so episode one, there was way too much flash forwarding, jumping around.
It
Um,
was slow, wasn't it?
it was actually the opposite for me. It was way too
Oh,
fast.
oh
Um,
shit. Okay.
why this director need to feel like he needed to recreate the opening from the first Alien? I'll never know. But if he's trying to go for
I
that
like
whole,
that part actually.
I like the homage. If it's trying to focus on, hey, this is the technology they've had during this time period for these ships. Okay, fine, I'll go with that. Then it gets into the entire rant, or the entire, oh look, their research vessel going after things. Wait a minute, they okay. So what are they going after? An eyeball with multiple eyeballs? The squid thing?
That was
Okay.
cool.
I,
That
I,
was
I enjoyed
cool.
that. Okay. Mix in the different new,
New enemies have entered Old Yarnum. The hunter must be prepared.
pretty much. And I'm okay with that. We see the face huggers.
They're
Where did they?
as sexy
Oh,
as
okay,
ever.
okay. Um, oh, what else was it? Some plant thing that looks like an overmorph that is upside down, which is basically the
I'm
eggs.
I'm interested in seeing what goes down. They how the fuck why the fuck did they leave him in there alone with the eggs?
Isn't that in episode two though?
What was up with that? Yeah, I mean like that happens in episode 2, but like I'm jumping ahead. You go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So, and apparently there was an issue on the ship. Specimens got out. Someone got face hugged. The entire crew died except for I quote, the cyborg. Which, okay, okay, fine, but the alien is out and it's wreaking havoc. This girl. And my immediate thought is,
Mhm.
okay, why did the aliens slaughter this girl? So that's
He's an
issue number one.
asshole.
The aliens shouldn't be doing that. It should be preserving it for the colony. Think ants. That's the initial thought
Mhm.
of who's ever watched Aliens.
Okay. Do you think the xenomorph? You know more about the xenomorph's intelligence than I do. Like you're deep into the lore. Do
Hmm.
you think the xenomorph knew that the ship was going to crash onto a planet where there would be more people to suckle for the colony?
It wouldn't matter because the first initial thought of a xenomorph, especially a drone, which I'm assuming that's what we get, um, because I did a lot of research yesterday about it, all the different kinds, is to preserve life for the colony, to make more xenomorphs. So it would have gone, okay, knock the person out, drag it somewhere, make make a face hug, and be okay.
Yeah, I agree with that 100% because like that's what's so scary about the xenomorph is like, they're not guaranteed to kill you. They might take you to the queen and you'll be used to make bedbit. And that's
Hmm.
way more terrifying because like that's so much more insidious and it's like violating. That's a horror factor no other creature really has in horror. And yeah, you're kind of robbing the xenomorph when you're doing that.
So issue number
When you're just making it a
two,
slaughter
or
machine.
well, the next issue that came across my mind while I was watching. Why is the xenomorph so intent on getting to the cyborg? The cyborg has nothing to do with it. The cyborg has no how do I want to put this? Um, bodily functions to host um uh an embryo. It made no sense.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we'll see more about it later, but we got three different things.
I mean,
We got the
this.
cyborg.
I'll let you go first.
Yeah, so we gotta initiate that as well. So we got three different types of android-like people.
Yeah.
We got the cyborgs, which are enhanced humans. Okay, fine. We got the synthetics, which Ash, uh, Waylon, and a couple other characters. They're very well known. I don't know why I'm spacing on the names right now. Then we
Based on all
got
names, bro. It's all good.
the hybrids. The hybrids, which brings us to our main antagonist, Miss Wendy, who is an experiment for the very first trillionaire of the series.
Hmm. I like how they do all that. Like, they're
Uh, uh,
leveling up the different kinds of androids we have, and like the different, like, and not just like the different functions they have, the different ways they're put together, but also their purposes. Like, we've gone from just androids being like they've been used for so many reasons, but this is the first time we've ever really used them in a race for immortality for all these corporations. And like we've gone from evil billionaires to evil trillionaires. Like I like how they're doing the escalation there, even though
so,
I think this chronologically takes place before the first Alien movie. Am I right?
which brings me to my next point and
Go
why
for it,
I
bro.
kind of hate this. And I hate this trillionaire. I think he's a thief. 100% patent thief. Because if you're doing it chronologically, you have Prometheus. Wayland Utani, or no, Utani didn't get taken
Mm.
over or merged. But Wayland had already done that. Not the merger of the hey, this person can be inside this person and be immortal. But that was his goal, was to find his creators to make him immortal. That's what David's function was.
Hmm.
Find a way to make, thus creating the xenomorphs, thus creating the other more for the Brewster and all that. Like he was trying to create life and in search of immortality. So this
He
story's
had
already
such
been
a knowledge of the dark side,
done.
he could even keep the ones he cared about from dying. So you're saying?
No, you're exactly right. I think he,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I'll go into it because it kind of goes into it a little bit in episode two. But anyways, so we're introduced to Wendy.
Mhm.
She has probably cancer or some traumatic illness that is causing her to die. Her father gives her over to this trillionaire. They merge her subconscious with an android or a synthetic. Okay, fine, whatever. But apparently, she
Mhm.
goes further than this, and that's how it starts. And jumping back, the ship crashes. The alien gets out, and Wendy's brother, who she's been kind of stalking throughout this entirety, has. By the way, this is probably going to be a heavy spoiler episode, so viewers beware. Which I enjoy. I enjoy the brother. He's a medic for one of the companies, the exact company Wendy's for. So I guess that was
I'm
part of
sorry
the
to interrupt you
deal.
just real quick. Is there a buzzing sound coming
No,
from my end?
no, not really. Not that I can
Oh,
hear.
okay, all right. Sorry, go on, bro.
But I really like Wendy. I think she can have potential to be the Ellen Ripley that or something of a girl boss. But
And Ellen
it definitely
Ripley
needs more lead up.
Ripley is
I
one
think.
of the OG strong female characters, so if they can make her that good, props to them. She actually
Which
feels
I
like a real
hope,
character. That's what I like about her.
and that and that's my problem with the Lost Boys because all of them are Peter Pan based, um, which is understandable. Trying to make people
Disney.
kids specifically immortal.
And
Okay,
it's Disney
fine. Okay,
doing their whole marketing thing. Can you still hear me by the way? I put one of my earbuds away.
yeah,
Bet,
and
okay.
I
Nice.
agree. It's definitely insert, but why would you do Ice Age? That was an interesting bit. A lot of the flashbacks you see
They
with
own
Wendy and
because
her
they own
brother
Ice Age
are
2 now.
them watching. I thought that was still owned by
That's not
DreamWorks.
DreamWorks. I've what's the company that owned Ice Age again? But I know for a fact Disney bought them too.
Ice Age franchise.
Why am I blanking on the name of the company? It's
I'm blanking
I think it
too.
was 20th Cent Blue
20.
Sky, Blue Sky
Yep, I guess it
Studios.
is. Yeah. Yep, it was Blue Sky and then merged into 20th
Yeah,
Century Studios.
RIP Blue Sky,
So
kind of, sorta.
I guess that makes sense.
Hit and miss.
But that I guess that I guess that might bring up to the point of the whole theft thing that I'll go into
Yeah, I
later.
mean the rich people in the Alien franchise, the CEOs pretty consistently are
Are good.
not good people, so it makes sense that he'd go for thievery, especially because that's kind of like what Peter Pan is in the original story. He's an immortal child pirate. So it goes back to the, I don't know, like at least part of the spirit of Peter Pan, while like, making him outright evil, sort of like what Once Upon a Time did with the character.
I agree. I fully agree. And according to the director, he reread Peter Pan before he even
Oh, bet
started the
which one? Like
project,
the original
and he's like,
J. M. Barrie story, Peter and the Starcatchers. I'm kind of a Peter Pan nerd. Sorry.
I believe it was the original
Uh,
original
okay, so he went for
because
the
he went
original
and
spirit. Okay.
said, let me. He thought of it as a horror
Okay.
film. Okay, and the guy's name is Noah Hawley, if I'm saying his name
hmm
correctly. So that director, I
Owen
think is,
Holly.
I think, yeah, Noah Hawley is the director of Alien Earth.
He's done a good job so
So
far.
I think, yeah, I think overall, if he slows everything, and I've had this problem in the past with series, and I've gone off about this too. Slow your series down.
They did it in the first episode.
When they,
I'll still argue they
I
did that in the
I
first
don't really
episode.
think so. I still think they kind of threw us all at, well, guess what? You don't even get to see how this uh ship actually gets infected and destroyed. We're just gonna jump to Wendy. And here's all these characters. Oh, we're gonna jump back to the ship crashing and uh the xenomorph escaping, and then we're gonna jump back to Wendy, getting ready, getting the Lost Boys and all that. And my God, I do not like these kids.
Because of all the childish dialogue.
Not so much childish. We get that a lot from the Colonial Marines and Aliens. Fine, but when
Fine, you won.
your boss, and this brings me to another point. What training do these kids have? What training do they have to help anyone to just go, okay, I see the ship crashed into my building, which he uh the trillionaire, I forget his name off the top of my head, he calls Utani, or
Not
Utani calls them and say, hey, I know it's your thing, but I it's still my property. I would like to send a team in to get this stuff.
yeah.
Oh, no, 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 no. I'm gonna send my own team. You could go F off. Bye.
I mean,
Okay.
it kind of makes sense because he can make other androids. Right now, he's focusing on what he wants out of the creature, which I like how he's going for this obviously destructive force just to make a profit off of it. Because, yeah, rich people who think in the short term and see profit as the ends and not the means, they never think in. They're never that short sighted, ever, ever. So, I like how they're going for how they always do that consistently.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
again, like it's always a consistent theme with the megacorps in Alien as well. So like I like how they're being consistent with that.
Which, okay, fine. I'll concede to that. So I'll bump it up a rating.
hmm
Um, but
Do it,
we're
bro.
introduced to these kids, and they're kids. That's all they are is kids. Kirsch knows exactly how to handle them, except Wendy, who is experiencing very audio visual errors as they're walking
Yeah,
to the ship, and her hearing is that of a dog, if not better. Okay, interesting. So they get to the ship and they're walking around, and Wendy's desperately trying to save her brother, who has been on this mission and saw the slaughtering of many people. And they find
mm.
the eyeball with tentacles, embedding itself in a dead cat. Okay, that was
That part
pretty
was sick.
fucked up. Like I
That
liked
part
it.
was fucking
Like,
sick.
but the reaction, the hybrid's reaction to that was seal it. I'm gonna hide in a corner. And of course, they came across the plan ahead of time, and one's just staring at it like, oh, while the other goes off to do something. I'm like, what training do these kids have to be on this type of mission?
Mm. I will
You
say
are afraid.
they're I will say this in defense of the kids, they're not as interesting individually, but when they're together in a group, apparently what they did, and this is fucking brilliant. If I'm remembering this correctly, I'll fact check it as I go, but they waited to film their group scenes. They made those the last scenes they filmed so that by the time they were getting together for those, they already had the established camaraderie. They gotten to know each other, and it really comes through. Like, I mean, the characters, I still think they're likable enough on their own, but like together, they're great. I love the chemistry they got when they've got the group scenes.
I think it should have been a group thing. I think there
More
should have
group
been some
scenes,
training
yeah.
montage, or and I like I said, actual training for this type of mission. You don't throw you don't go, oh, hey, new recruit, Proby, you know, you just got on. I need you to go fight in this war. Well, nope, nope. You're gonna if you're gonna disobey orders, you're gonna be thrown in the brig
Mm.
or death. You go do this. That's how it felt for me. Just why would you throw these kids who have no training whatsoever into this type of situation? While the cyborg, when we see him go, okay, you know, you guys are military. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to ask you to drop your weapons. You're going to stay right here and get killed by this leech. That's what it was,
Mm.
a leech. That was the other thing I was thinking of. And then he goes in to and finds the xenomorph after it, like, again, slaughters probably
Now,
12
now the xenomorph
Marines.
usually
Sorry,
goes for stabby, stabby, killy, killy for anybody but the last victim, right?
yeah. And all of a sudden, it just slices through everything. It decapitates a few people. It it slaughters basically everyone in this, like, old Tea Party
Hmm.
style party. And then the cyborg comes in. He slaps, basically bitch slaps it. He goes, "Yeah, you're coming with me." And I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! Hold up! You take it down by zapping it. There's issue number one. Issue two, you were able to capture it without getting something ripped off your hand. Okay, you downgraded my xenomorph that would have gone, oh, dude, you just tried
I
to
don't
stun
think the
me.
xenomorph. I don't think they can hold it.
No, it escapes
Yeah,
because during that, in- uh, before, oh,
take its time.
there's just so much.
Are you
There's
sure
so
you don't
much
hate it, man?
intake from all this. I enjoy it for what it is. I don't like it as an Alien franchise movie or
I don't
series.
know, man. The
Um,
whole Alien franchise, as much as I respect it, like whenever it sucked, it's because it missed, but not for lack of trying. But like for me, it has never gotten as good as Alien and Aliens. The closest I think we've gotten to that, the closest I
exactly.
think we've ever gotten to that kind of quality is Alien Romulus, which you know, did you ever see Alien
Uh-huh.
Romulus? You saw it, right? Yeah, you were comments.
I read the comic and I watched Romulus.
Hmm.
Did I didn't like the main girl so much in that one compared to Wendy. But at least she had some fight in her to go, I need to do
Mhm.
this to be free because I'm tired of corporations
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
with me.
Like I mean, I think
But even
I
then,
think what Wendy's deal is she kind of has to find what she wants because she she's going through the sort of like I don't know the trauma of becoming a kid again, which we don't even know what that fully does to a person. Like it's the first time they've ever done this with anybody, and she's just now finding her brother who thought that she died, and there's obviously something off about her right now. So, in between that and at least I'm projecting. I'm saying the direction I hope they go with Wendy as a character. Like, I mean, because she's definitely an outlier as far as the synthetics go, and on top of that, she's a kid living in an adult's body who's lost that sort of feeling of impermanence. You know, that I feel like when you lose your
when,
mortality, that does things to you because they start panicking when they might
uh,
suddenly explode or get injured or get sick. It's just that they can't age, which is why they're so terrified when they come into
with
contact with with the xenomorph and his plague.
but even then, with the whole brother and sister reveal, that actually pissed me off because she's trying to keep it
Yeah,
hidden from him and slowly working up for him. And then her partner just comes up and says, dude, she's your sister. Deal with it. And then runs off. I'm like, what the fuck? Who would do that?
gets the arc
Honestly.
started. Plus, I mean, again, they're kids.
But I didn't want that. I wanted them to slowly reveal it off just, oh, hey, they're talking about it.
That would have
And
been. I
maybe they
probably would
could,
have gotten bored out of that. I'm kind of glad they got the reveal done sooner rather than later.
but it's character development. And that's the problem. And that's the problem with Wendy and most of these characters. And especially the ones in the beginning of the first episode. What the hell? Like, what's the character development? Why do I like these characters? Why do I care if they die? Type thing. I don't want the black cyborg to die because my God, he's just badassing his way through
Hmm.
everything.
Even when we know so little about him, he's still
Yeah,
able to get you rooting
like
for him that
his
much.
character, but I definitely say the scene with them in the eggs that was interesting to me
Why would
because
he?
Wendy's having her
Why would
moment
she just leave him there alone with the eggs?
because she's an idiot.
Yeah,
She doesn't
no
know what's
field
going on
experience.
for one. No field experience, exactly. But at the same time, I think they should have all been face hugged
Hmm.
right there. Why didn't the eggs react to them? As soon as you broke that barrier, which I'm still on a fence about, because they introduced it in one, they don't say anything about it in Aliens. Um, Romulus had it, and now this, and I'm still curious what that little barrier is. But knowing my interactions with said thing, you are being face hugged right there and then. And the fact that there are 6 eggs, where did they go? Where did this ship go? That that's another thing that I want to know.
I'd love to get your take on this. One thing I love about the xenomorph as they're doing him in the show is they're emphasizing the hunter aspect of the creature. This thing is smart. It is stealthy. It waits for the right time to attack. It's strategic. I like that aspect of the xenomorph. What do you think about that? Do you like it, or do you wish the thing would be a little more brute force?
Again, if we're gonna say that this xenomorph is more hunter-esque, um, even when they found the eggs, it stopped murdering for a sec and bolted. And I'm like, okay, that's the xenomorph
Yeah,
I know. But instead of, slaughtering them all, or just going or knocking them to the floor so that
throw him to
the
the floor.
facehuggers can get them, the xenomorph goes for the brother and just disappears, ending the episode. I'm like, what? Okay, can we get the predator here, please? Can you come fix this fuckery, please? Like, if this xenomorph was smart, there would have been hundreds, or at least a few dozen, on that ship when they crash landed. If it was smart, there should be hundreds in that building by now. Like, there should be a minimum of at least 150 to 500 xenomorphs with one queen in that building. And this doesn't make any sense to me. Like, zero sense. I mean, they might explain it later. I hope they do. That's what's gotten me so hooked on this series is I don't want this type of thing. I don't like it in the main
I think
series.
to everybody
And
watching this right now, I think what you're going to find interesting about this episode is the what comes from both of us, which is both of our puzzling rationale. We have, to your right, a man who is invested in the continuity, as you should be, as you should be. I just stopped giving a fuck about the continuity a long time ago. I think that's the difference between
and
us
that's the
here.
problem with but that's the problem with Disney and a lot of their
I got a
stuff right
problem with
now
Disney
is
running this too, with what it might mean. I'm going to let you say your problem first, though.
they don't know their own continuity. That they
That's
don't know what they
I
want in the series.
Going off of that. My concern with them is that because again, I have a funny relationship with the Alien franchise. I fell out of love with it, and yet I still love it at the same time. It's we are star-crossed fuckers, this franchise and I. Because again, like I think the last time it was truly great was the first two movies. The closest we ever got was Alien Romulus, which heavily flawed, but like a really good kind of theme park ride experience if you're going for that. It was like it really sold the experience, and now here we are with a show that honestly, I know we both have our problems with the first episode. You thought it went too fast. I thought it went too slow, but I can forgive that. It's a start, and it at least made me interested in seeing what was coming up next. Gave me that good old xenomorph gore to whet my appetite. But and then the second episode happened. Personally, I got to ask you first, actually. What do you think of the second episode specifically?
I think it revealed a lot more. Again, I don't like the back and forth between scenes. Like, if you're
Yeah.
gonna do something, and this is another problem with both episodes, is if you're gonna go back and forth, at least do, hey, go up to a certain point with this episode, like film it with the brother, like what he's doing for a while, and running into Mr. Cyborg and that shenanigans, and then oh, he met up with Wendy. Well, what had been Wendy gone up to? Been up to all this time? Why is she here? And then go back to what they were doing and do it that way, and then end on what they did. Like it's too much back and forth between scenes. Like scene one, okay, we're gonna have this character do these things. Scene two, we're gonna be with Wendy and all them. Oh, and then scene three, we're gonna go back to scene one. It gave me a migraine.
Yeah, I mean, I still I think it's a tomato tomato thing for me. Like, I think the first episode was a little slow, but I think not too fast for what a beginning should be. Like, it was establishing everything. It was establishing the characters, the scenario. I think it did a great job there. I thought the second episode was great because, like, I love this particular xenomorph and how the emphasis is on it being a stealthy hunter. And I don't think that it's neutralized by any means. I think what happened to it was temporary, but like it does that. It puts the characters that I've honestly like. The more I think about the synthetics, the more I actually kind of like them,
I
more as a
think
group than individually, but still.
I think I need a couple more episodes to
I
really like
like.
the synthetics, but I enjoy Wendy for who she
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, I
Like
enjoy the
one
Lost Boys
scene,
for who they are, and I like the setting and the scenario they've got. Like the ship, the ship is a factor, the setting of the ship is a factor, but so is the fucking like apartment building it crashed into. So there's much more ground to cover. You've got people who might be in there. Like honestly, it kind of gives me Alien Isolation vibes, which I fucking love that game. So personally, I think all things considered, so far, hopefully Disney does not fuck this up. It's a good time to be an Alien fan right now if you're in love with the experience of consuming an Alien game or movie or comic, which I haven't yet. But like, my concern, similar to yours, it's Disney. And they love hawking their shit, no matter what expense it comes to when it comes to the quality of what they make. They always butt their heads in, these executives with their meddling, and they're already kind of giving hints of doing that because like it's specifically their Peter Pan they're going off of, even if the director went off the original J.M. Barrie story, which I find encouraging. But yeah, I mean like what I've respected about Alien is that
mm,
even when it misses, it puts heart into every swing. What I'm afraid of is they're going to be putting what they think is good for the money here instead of heart. But so far I'm feeling the heart. So far I'm feeling
exactly.
the heart. So far I'm happy. So far I think it's a really good time to be an Alien fan. And honestly, what makes me pumped about this show is specifically that it's a show. We've gotten movies, we've gotten Alien Isolation, the game, we've gotten the comics. We've never gotten Alien as a show before. This is new ground that I think the show can do really well at, that I think it's doing really well at so far. It's like watching a really long like okay, tell me if you ever did this. Did you ever watch Lord of the Rings on TNT? You remember TNT? It might be hard to
Uh,
remember. I promise you there was a show or a movie hidden in that commercial somewhere.
mm,
It's like
what, the Fellowship of the Ring?
like the whole trilogy. Like they would play the whole trilogy on TNT
Oh,
with these
yeah. I mean,
really fucking long commercial breaks. But they were playing the trilogy back to back to back, and for me personally, that was my whole experience consuming the whole trilogy as one single cinematic entity. And for me, that's what it kind of feels like here. It's like a really good movie with much longer strides than what we got with Lord of the Rings on cable. Ugh. And just really
yeah.
long commercial breaks that leave me wanting more. Like I will sit through this fucking commercial break. Just show me more. Show me more. That's how I feel. I mean, again, like I really like this so far. Like coming from a guy who sort of like started caring less about the continuity when they got into everything post Aliens. I'm really liking what I'm getting so far.
I
But
think
then again, I
we,
haven't read the comics.
which I'll go into here in a second. I really want more from this series, and
Hmm.
I want them to slow it down. Get this because Alien as a franchise has always been about suspense, and I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not getting that with the series. That's probably the reason why I'm rating it so low. Is it doesn't feel suspenseful at all. It doesn't have that hook, line, and sinker um niche that needs it to be. Like even, and I hate to bring up AVP, I really do, but even Requiem had a suspense. As much
Oof.
as it was a terrible,
Oof.
terrible, terrible movie with its
Was that
lighting problems.
I forget. Was that Alien 3?
No, that was Alien versus Predator.
Oh
Ripley.
yeah.
The sequel to AVP that we got in '03, I believe it was.
Mm.
Um, Alien 3 had the same problem, but even Alien 3
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
suspense.
And
Like,
that's and respect to David Fincher. He's one of my favorite directors, but that was a miss for him.
a hardcore miss. Um, even Resurrection was terrible. Anyways, so going to the
Yeah.
comics, I think the comics have potential to become part of this universe.
Part of your world.
Pretty much.
Oh, look, Disney seeped its way into our podcast. They're so powerful.
So
It's coming
there's
from them
two,
us talking about one of their properties now.
yeah. So there's two main uh comic lines that brought me to this. Um Alien Icarus. It is about a bunch of synthetics who were mistreated and they're like, you know what, fuck humanity, we're out of here. And then
Good
they
for
decide,
them.
I
Flanker
mean,
empowerment.
so they're fucked off, and humanity comes to them and says, hey, um, we need you to go do this mission. Uh, it could benefit even synthetics, and we'll give you freedom. Lying sons of bitches. Go figure. So they're like, fine, whatever. They took the bait. So they go down to Tobler 9, which is the planet that come on, the really um, radioactive. Each drop is radioactive. Of humans go out in this rain, and they're like, as the synthetics are known as, they're like, hey, we need the queen. She has this. Get that. You get your freedom. So simple. But uh, they're like, okay, there's humans still living here. That's a little odd. And one of them gets infected with a bug.
You still there, bro?
with the black goo in its system.
Oh shit, you disappeared for a second there, man.
Oh, weird. Oh, there.
I can hear you now. And then he went quiet. Ty, don't leave me. Oh, you keep.
I don't know
Try
what's
now. I
going
think you're
on with
back.
my connection. We'll probably have to wrap up here soon. Uh, this human that gets infected by this bug becomes a queen. A human becomes a queen. Now compare that with
Shit.
Alien Alien Earth War. They could be combining these two storylines together, and it still keeps the alien name. Side story, get out of their way.
Hmm.
And let's see if it'll allow me to do this here. Um, according to the director of Alien Earth, he is outside the timeline. Sort of outside the timeline. That is his exact quote. So stay out of the main timeline and quit screwing with everything else. You don't even mention the black goo. You don't mention Prometheus or Romulus. But oh, so going back to the trillionaire thing, that was another thing because I forgot I was going to say something
You
about
said
that.
you were looking for a name for him. He's kind of like a Peter.
I'm
He's
not
kind
gonna.
of like a Peter Pan meets Peter Thiel kind of guy with like the whole. Did you ever watch that whole like synthetic transhuman rant that Peter Thiel went on? Honestly, bro, if you ever want to go into speculation that one of the billionaire, at least one of them, very least, might be a sociopath, there's your hero right there. He's basically talking about making immortality for the consumer.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
And
so this Peter Pan meets Peter Thiel. That's this guy.
um, but yeah, he basically stole the schematics of David and these other synthetics.
Mhm.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah, and that's something one of the rich assholes in Alien would do.
Yeah, they would have.
But I mean, honestly, personally, I still love it. I mean, I love the experience of it. I think that going off of what you said with the suspense, it could be better, but I'm already feeling the suspense because at the very least, I want these characters to make it out alive. I know that some of them are not going to make it. I know it for a fact, and I'm just waiting for the shit to go down. But balancing that with balancing that kind of suspense with a really action heavy move forward, move forward, move forward kind of tone in the new in episode two is really impressive on the show's part, and I still think they're nailing the format as far as the shows go, and the credits. Every time we got in the credits so far, the heavy metal, perfect,
eh,
perfect for this franchise, man.
I can agree to that.
Yeah,
But
but I'm a heavy metal sucker,
again,
so I'm biased.
they just need to slow it down and let us get invested in the characters. I think.
Yeah,
I did listen to a couple of reviewers last night. Alien Theory. I rewatched some of his stuff because he went through the accounts of Earth War.
Alien Theory is that like the same? Is that
That's his
associated with Star
channel.
Wars Theory at all?
I don't think they
Is that
are.
like the same company?
No, it's a YouTube channel. Um,
Oh, true.
I rewatched some of Acid Glow's stuff. He did a review on it. I like both of their takes. I can understand where they're coming from. Even El Tori, who I've mentioned on this channel before, I I can see where she's coming from. Uh, but again, if they just slow it down some, let us get invested in the characters, I think we should be fine. Definitely give us more actual alien interaction. Like, show us the alien building its hive, something we never got to see before. Um,
Okay.
we know they produce some sort of resin-like material to make these hives. I would like to
Honestly,
see that.
again, for me, like I'm personally invested in the characters. I'd be surprised if they didn't build on more of that camaraderie they've already got. So I'd be surprised if personally you weren't into the characters in a later episode, if not now. So yeah, I'd love to know what your thoughts are going forward when we get the next episode on Wednesday.
Which, um, I'm gonna save this video.
Again, personally, I think it's great so far.
Um, Alien Earth, episode 3. The next episode is called Metamorphosis. So we could be seeing um, a lot of um, interesting things between Wendy and the xenomorph.
Yeah. Mm,
Um, it looks like we might be getting some more xenomorph, normal xenomorph stuff. Uh, more uh, just by going off the trailer. Um, it'll be interesting to see what episode 3 drops for us. I hope we get some more, you know,
yeah. Hey,
xenomorph stuff.
you want to see more of it though. You want to see
Yeah,
more of it. That means it's doing something right.
and that's basically what it is. It's popcorn entertainment. I'm not going to give it a
Yeah.
high rating because there's a bunch of
It's
stuff here.
definitely not aliens level entertainment, but I don't know if we'll ever
Yeah,
get to that point again.
probably not. I don't
Yeah.
believe so because,
I've accepted that. I've surrendered. I've waved my white flag. I've
and I
I didn't
definitely think
slit my
he's,
own wrist, but I slit the xenomorph's wrists, even though it doesn't kill it. I just did it to be an
I,
asshole.
and that's another thing too. We haven't seen the acid blood, so we don't even know if this
Uh,
is one of the original Xenos or anything.
it definitely sounds like Disney mad fucked up the continuity.
Yeah, that's why I say if he takes it and puts it in its own universe, he does not put it in the main timeline, deal with it. And that's another
Yeah.
thing too. Putting it so close to the original pisses me off because I was rewatching Aliens, I think the other day or this week. Or no, I was going to work and I was listening to the audiobook because I couldn't watch it.
Nice.
There are so many things wrong with Aliens, the book, and the movie that makes me think possibly this should have been closer to Aliens, maybe,
Hmm.
and that the Colonial Marines should be established in this series to go, okay, um, sir, is this going to be another bug hunt? Wait a minute. How do you even know about the xenomorphs?
I just like to
What?
thank Star Wars Legends and Star Wars in general for training me in knowing continuity errors, just sort of like numbing me to that pain. I feel like that's one of the only reasons I'm so accepting right now of this shit.
Yeah, and I like to protect my series, especially if
I feel that.
someone's gonna try to.
You
Excuse
want it
me.
to be a story. You are concerned about it becoming an IP and not a proper story.
Almost, yeah.
I
And
get that, man.
if
I'm in the same page. I'm on the same page, honestly. The fact that it's Disney running this show makes me extra defensive as well. But like so far, it's so I just think so far it's done a really good job.
like I was like that with the prequels too, with Prometheus and Covenant. Like I did not want them. I wanted to know if the xenomorphs were created or they were just their own little species. Most of the comics that I've read and listened to, because I'll watch Alien Theory, Acid Glow, and all them, who just go through the comics, so I don't have to read
Hmm.
them. But I'm gonna read them anyways.
Hmm.
And I definitely think that even Romulus, I was skeptical about because they're like, oh, it's gonna be right here. I'm like, okay,
I get
quit
that.
going further back. But at least they made mention of the original xenomorph that they can survive in space. It did survive, and it was making more. It sort of became a queen almost. It made eggs from the original alien, which was interesting. Because there was a deleted scene where, and it's in the director's cut of Alien.
Hmm.
Uh, Ripley's getting back to the small ship, but she
Okay.
comes across Dallas,
Hmm.
and he's in something. We're not sure what it is, and you can see all the goo and stuff around him. But he's like, Brett, that's Brett. She turns around and sees an egg forming. So, which makes me think that the aliens in the Aliens movie are more evolved. So, we could see evolution take place as well.
That would explain why. Yeah, that would explain why this guy's kind of different from the other xenomorphs.
Yeah, and maybe it becomes a warrior and we finally get to see them in the franchise because
It be,
most of
it
the
can
stuff has been in
become
the games.
it can become kind of a continuity thing because I know I think I heard I found out just like a few weeks ago that they actually rebooted the Predator franchise with Prey. Like it was something of a soft reboot. I What's the whole deal with that? But like I still liked what they did with the Predator and Prey, like where the other guys we have been kind of stealthy and hunter-esque. This guy is like a brute force fucking bear fighter who goes raw and visceral and is like going for the thrill of the fight. You can tell that about him without even a line of dialogue. And I like how this alien is again, like I like what makes this xenomorph memorable. Like if they're going to do multiple incarnations of a character, if you will, or multiple creatures from the same species, I appreciate the versatility that we get in the characters. And I like how they've made this one more of a hunter and more of a stealthy strategist.
Yeah,
And like how it pays off when he comes out and just like gets the gore going. I love it. I find it gratifying.
and that's why I say it might be a warrior xenomorph, or it could evolve into a warrior
Okay.
because that was their duty was to protect the hive,
Yeah.
and there could be a
The
drone or something later
beekeepers.
on.
They're the
Yeah,
beekeepers. Gotta protect the hive.
yeah, because that's their initial uh, uh, hierarchy, so to speak. With Prey, though, that is in the Predator franchise. That
All
is
right.
part of the continuity. Um, because she picks up a pistol. That pistol is in Predator 2. And oh, what was it? There was something else that connected it, but who knows? We'll have to wait till Tuesday
Yeah.
to see what episode 3 Metamorphosis brings us.
Yeah, honestly, I still love it. I still think it's doing a great job so far. Yeah, more. I'm really excited for episode 3. And you said you're still like, you said you're still enjoying it, right? In spite of like the problems you got with it.
Despite the problems, I enjoy it. I think it has its problems, but I think it could um continue to be better and better. Again, just slow it down. Don't force anything you have to.
Hmm. Oh yeah. I think it's doing fine with pace so far. I hope it goes faster going forward, honestly. I know you wanted to go slower. I feel like if they could find a balance, I hope they can make us both
That
happy. I
that's
want us
that's
both to be
probably what
happy,
needs
Ty,
to
because I
happen.
love you. That's the moral of the story.
And that's what I think needs to happen. There needs to be a balance. And that's something Disney has never had. But
So I have two questions and fully agreed. Disney's been struggling with balance, definitely. But I've got three questions for you, actually. One, did you see Inside Out 2?
nope.
Proof that they still got damn good creatives there. I mean, like, again, I don't know if I'm beating a dead horse here, but fuck Disney. If anything, people are too soft on them. They're an evil fucking company, but they have got some talented, passionate creatives there who do not deserve to get caught in the crossfire caused by the shit that the corporate heads are doing. And I think
Well,
the proof of that talent and passion was in Inside Out 2 because recent sequel, one of the best movies Disney has ever done. Top 10, I will die on that hill.
I can understand that. But I think the best thing to come out of Disney right now is them settling.
With
Gina, Car- yeah,
good
Gina
for
Carano.
her. Good for her. For the record, like I think it was like I don't think it was the best thing that she did, posting that stupid shit on social media and like just kind of digging her heels in. But like honestly, I think that she just said stupid shit. It was like it was like the situation with PewDiePie, not outright bigotry, just an edgy sense of humor that went too far. But he apologized. She didn't, and I feel like that's kind of a dick move, but
Well,
not one that she deserves to get punished for the rest of her life for. So,
well,
I'm glad she's back. I hope that she does as much as she can with the second chance. I'm happy for her.
and like I've said before, they can say the most stupidest shit online and be the absolute best creators and
Yeah,
uh or actors, whatever. We've seen it time and time again. I'm gonna bring up freaking Harry Potter because we've seen it with her. She's being
J.K.
a dumb
Rowling.
J.K. Rowling's being sort of a dumbass online, but again, they're poking the hive, they're poking the bear.
I think it's a
Where
little more than like light dumbassery on her part myself, but yeah, that and the her franchise not just just not really aging well for me, but that's its own separate tangent.
yeah, but again, if you don't say stupid shit to provoke other people, they may not even respond.
Mhm.
And that's the,
Just do what Tom Cruise does. Keep your mouth shut, focus on making quality.
exactly. And that's
Just
how I
sometimes
see
you
everything. Like,
so,
keep your mouth shut and make your work the best it
yeah.
can be.
Yeah, and for the record, I'm not like being one of those dickheads who's like making that bad faith argument of keep your politics out of my pop culture. It's just like, if you got an opinion, like feel free to share it. Like no one's gonna like the sane people won't be assholes about it, but like when you're trying to lecture the public when you've probably been in school for less time than Greta Thunberg, it's like, what do you know about what we've been going through? Can you shut the fuck up, please?
Exactly. Don't force it on other people if you don't like it being forced on you yourself.
Yeah, and I mean, like, for the record, I think there's a good faith argument, a good faith version of that argument, because I think that didactism is a problem, especially in like more liberal leaning media right now. But it's shown up in like more right leaning media too. Like if you want to count The Blind Side, but that's not even a political problem. That's just like I don't like being beaten over the head with it.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
that was actually one thing that would surprise me about Alien Earth was I expected um at least one of them to, be gay or transgender or one of these other things. No, they threw that because it's Disney. They've been pushing that for a while now. And the fact that they took a rug and said, "No, we're not doing this," and swept it under the rug, and they're just telling a
That's
damn
because
story.
that's because of the
That
colors of the ties of the guys who hold the majority of seats in our government right now. They're not
oh,
like,
so they
oh,
were
we feel like we did an oopsie, we're course correcting. Like, no, that's just them being opportunists and going where the winds blow.
I
It's the same shit that caused them to cancel the Owl House, honestly. But I mean,
that was
again,
canceled for Disney higher ups, and that was way before um they even cared.
I don't know why they canceled the Owl House, but like that was one of the best shows ever, and they just like
It wasn't to
they
their
really screwed it
benefit.
over.
I actually watched something on this. I actually, from what was said, was the Disney higher ups looked at the Owl House like middle of season two and said, "We don't like this. It's not pushing enough. It's not doing this for us. It's making
Not
us
pushing
money,
enough.
but it wasn't pushing enough, apparently."
I thought it was not pushing what enough.
No, Dana Dana did a great job at the Owl House
Oh yeah, she
doing
did.
her story. Like even the LGBTQ stuff that was in it, she did it so damn tastefully.
Yeah,
That's what made me love the series and part of that
same
movie.
man. Yeah,
She
exactly. It
did it
wasn't like it
tastefully.
wasn't an over the top didactism that made it feel insincere. It's like loose and a oh god, what's her name? It's been
Amity.
such a while. Amity. Luce and Amity love each other. What of it? We also have a non-binary character. What of it? They just like they mention it, they make it part of the story. It is what it is in the story, but like they're not beating you over the head with it. It's just like it's who the characters are. It's part of their story, and like they're not again, they're not trying to sell it. It's authentic. That's what I liked
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, it's authentic. You can believe that they're this and the way their characters progressed
Oh,
out the
R.I.P.
storyline,
Owl House.
perfect.
Yeah, at least Owl House got an ending still. But you could tell they wanted to do more with season three. Like there was so much more there. Hootie didn't even get a line. What the fuck? The best character in the show and not a single spoken line in season three. And they rushed the whole plot with the collector. Just like I mean, they rushed everything when they could have made so much out of Luce's friends being in the human world.
Oh yeah, they could
And
have done a
and
lot more.
Belos's backstory, Belos got mad screwed over. Like he could have been like he was good as he was, but like he could have been something else entirely. And like now his like I feel like his legacy is just like Diet Judge Claude Frollo, which is still a cool character, but like well short of what he could have been.
Yeah, there could have been so many ways to go about it, and they didn't. But you know what?
Yeah.
That's Disney for you. They can't make up their minds. That's the
At
problem.
least the show ended. It had a good finale, just not as good as it could have been. But like I mean, going back to Inside Out 2 just real quick. I mean, like it actually I don't know if I'm in the minority here. I actually like the most of the Pixar sequels we've been getting lately. I mean, between The Incredibles to Finding Dory, which I actually thought was even better than Finding Nemo personally. I don't know. Like I find someone on the spectrum more relatable than a parent just from personal experience. But like Inside Out 2 was even better than the first one, I thought, and it actually felt like a reasonable continuation to the story that actually adds something to the movie that comes before it. Like, I really want to see Inside Out 3. I want to see Riley grow up. I want to see Riley journey through her life, and like they do a really good job of showing the next stage in Riley's story and her emotional development and like her struggles with her own anxiety too. She actually has like toward the end of the movie, she has this like really realistic anxiety attack that's so fucking well done.
I definitely think it.
Hmm.
I don't know. We'll have to see though where it
Yeah,
goes, where Alien Earth goes. We
I
never
I
know.
like it so far. I like it so far. Personally, one more question before I hit you with some trailer therapy. You're going to find out what that is in just a second. But I are you convinced on Inside Out 2?
I don't know. I never truly watched it.
The first one, you mean?
I've never watched either of them. I don't even think Lou
Ooh,
got me to watch the first one.
oh man. Well, the first one, if you ever do get around to it, I'm gonna let you experience that for yourself. But you know I'm gonna start selling you one Inside Out 2 whenever you see it, if you ever do see it.
Ah,
But second, a question. Do you like the original Peter Pan story or just Peter Pan in general? If we're going off of Alien Earth,
I've never uh, read the original. I grew up on the movie from
I feel
Disney
that.
way back when. Uh,
Same.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. My thoughts are probably out of there with that whole theme.
I I just hope they don't really like go the corporate. I just hope they don't go with like the corporatist watch hour movie route with that again. But if you like Peter Pan, my personal experience with it, I grew up with the movie, but then when I discovered Watch Cartoon Online and all of the glorious pirate sites of the early 2000s, I discovered Peter Pan and the Pirates, by far the best version of the story. One of the best shows ever, even better than the original tale by far. Let me put it this way. Think Neverland, but Middle Earth. Yeah, like I mean, they've got the how do I can't I don't think I can say anything in a timely manner that would do the lore justice, but it's like they take you on this whole journey through Neverland, this whole world building journey that you can't really get into in a movie. Paces itself out, lets you explore everything from a dragon that inhabits a volcano on in the center of Neverland to this cave that oh my god, the episode with the cave, Jesus fuck. Like it's this cave that basically within it, if you go inside, you find everything that's ever been lost by anyone. And one of the things in there is Hook's childhood. And on top of that, his dead brother is a ghost on the island, haunting everyone and everything. And there's like an ice king who comes around and fucks shit up during the winter. It finds this way to deal with very adult issues, really deep character problems that the characters have to go through the journeys of, like Wendy meeting her older self and realizing that eventually she's going to have to leave Neverland while also doing it in a way that builds on the world of Neverland. Again, like think Peter Pan meets Lord of the Rings, and you get this show.
We'll see.
Yeah. Let me one more thing to say, and then I'm done. I promise. Take a wild guess as to who they've got the best version of Captain Hook. Like, I mean, the Hans Conried's guy in the Disney film, close second. This guy's even better. Like a badass out of hell, dual wields a sword and a cat o' nine tails, nearly kills Peter Pan more than once, gets captured, gets ready to get executed, and just breaks Pan while he's tied up waiting for death by basically telling him, I've lived a full life. You'll always live as a boy. If you ever want to see one of the best scenes from that show, look up Darkness as a Bride on YouTube, just like Hook's speech while he's facing what he thinks is going to be the end, but just breaks Pan so thoroughly that he can't go through with it. And one more selling point, guess who voices this badass version of Captain Hook?
Who?
Tim motherfucking Curry.
Of course, it's Tim Curry.
Yeah,
But
I
then
mean, like
again, well,
it's
he
like
played
you
Silver, Long John Silver. I mean,
uh yeah, Muppet Treasure Island.
yep, Muppets.
Bro, that was like the role that convinced me that guy could do no wrong. It's like he is a Muppet.
He is a Muppet.
He out Muppets the Muppets. How is that even possible? We
Don't
didn't
know.
think it could be done, but he did it. God, it's like, do you think that it's like, is it a performance that's so bad it's good, or is it so good that it's bad? It's like, it's something else. But he
Curry has the
plays the
talent.
character. Tim Curry, man. I mean, Pabu Curry. I'm just gonna find different ways of saying that I freaking love Tim Curry now. So that's if we stay on the subject, I might just go into a trance with that.
Yeah,
But yeah,
we
like
we need a full stop because we're way over time.
I feel like we're doing fine on time. Honestly, like I feel like are you feeling like stopping? Do you not need trailer therapy for Superman and Fantastic Four? I could
Not
provide that here if
fully.
you'd like. Not fully.
Let's wait for other people for that one, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, if you ever get the chance, Superman, flawed but good, got me excited for the Gunverse, if we're calling it that. Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, my bad. Thunderbolts got me excited for Fantastic Four at a time where I've just been kind of done and sick with the MCU. Fantastic Four got me excited for Avengers Doomsday. Like I'm cautiously optimistic, but I went from with this movie alone, I went from not giving a fuck about Doomsday to being hyped as fuck that it's a thing.
We'll see. It's definitely going to be interesting for that as well. But
Mhm.
on that note, I definitely think we need to save that whole rant with the others because I
You
definitely
might
think
be. I feel like you might be a good impartial ref. I mean, Lux and I, we got some comparisons to do. Like this again. Like if guys, everybody watching the show right now, the whole wait for the show was just us trying not to rant about everything before we even got started.
yeah,
We were holding in a massive shit with this one, and this episode's the shit. Here you go. Ty, do you have anything to add to that poetry?
um, not that I could think of, but definitely check out Alien Earth for what it is.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Um,
Good time to be an Alien fan.
yeah, I mean we haven't had an Alien series yet, so we might as well get it with this.
Yeah, it's slapping so far. It's slapping some nice cheeks, some nice alien cheeks, and I'm looking forward to seeing what comes up next.
Yep,
But yeah, um, you say you're feeling done.
I'm feeling done.
I'm feeling done too. Guys, thanks again for coming into Global Nerds East Coast. We'll catch y'all next time. Catch y'all next week. Maybe. If we film on a Sunday.
Yep.
But yeah, thanks again, guys. Y'all are the best. Catch y'all nerds later around the globe.
Bye.
Goodbye.